I'm traveling with my ex. We'll share a bed in a private room. But trust me, my fiancée texted me while she was with him, then came back pregnant and demanded I take responsibility. But the court's ruling made her collapse. I'll start by saying this for everyone listening. The day your partner sits you down with a serious face and says, I want to propose a test of trust, don't think twice. Don't analyze it. Get up and leave, because what comes after is never good. I say this from experience. That's how I discovered the true face of my ex, Pamela. We'd been together almost 4 years, engaged for a few months, and everything seemed perfect. We were saving for a small wedding. No debt, no rush, just peace. I've never been the jealous type. I believe that if someone wants to do something, they will, permission or not. I'd rather they do it than lie to my face. But the lie came disguised as a spiritual lesson on trust. One evening, Pamela came home serious. She said she needed to talk. I thought it was about wedding plans, but no. She sat me down, looked straight at me and asked, Do you trust me? I didn't hesitate. I said yes. Big mistake. She smiled like she just won a debate and said, I'm glad. Then I think we should prove it. I want to propose a test of trust. Right then I felt it. A chill at the back of my neck. When someone says prove trust, they mean, I'm going to do something wrong, but I want you to accept it. Still, I let her talk. Then she said, I've decided to go on a trip with a friend. I said no immediately. She looked shocked, then said, You just said you trust me. This is the test. He's not just any friend, it's Martin. Martin, her ex. The same guy she'd once told me cheated on her, that she had forgiven because he was young and didn't know what he wanted. Now suddenly he was a friend worthy of a trip together. She said she had promised him long ago that one day they'd travel, and now she had to keep her word. I just stared at her. Then I said, We're done. She acted offended. Don't you trust me? She asked. I said, I did, but now you're proving why I shouldn't. She accused me of being immature, that it was a test of emotional growth. I told her real maturity means respecting your relationship. She lost her calm and said we'd talk when she got back. I told her there'd be no coming back. She didn't accept the breakup. 2 days later, she left for her trip anyway. I used that time to move out, packed everything I owned and left. When I opened her drawer to grab my first aid kit, I found her engagement ring, tossed among her makeup. She'd already stopped wearing it. That told me everything. She'd planned this long before she told me that I blocked her number. But a day into her trip, she messaged me on Instagram. So you blocked me? Immature. Anyway, we arrived safely, sleeping in separate rooms. Don't worry. Trust me. With a photo of the hotel, of course. I blocked her again. 2 days after she came back, she found my new place. She said I was overreacting, that it was just a little trip. I told her again it was over. She yelled from outside saying, You'll listen to me. She said nothing happened, that Martin respected me. That made me laugh. I called building security and had her escorted out. But she kept showing up. Notes at reception, messages from random numbers, even threatening to talk to my mom. That I told her to go ahead, and she did. She showed up at my parents' house. My mom already knew everything. Pamela started her speech about trust and misunderstanding. My mother listened, then told her calmly, If you wanted respect, you should have shown it before going on that trip. Pamela wouldn't stop talking until my mom threw her out, literally. My dad told me later, and honestly, that was the last time Pamela tried to contact me. A month later, she came again, this time looking nervous. She said, I'm pregnant and it's yours. I stayed quiet. She said we should get married, that the baby deserved a stable home. I reminded her we broke up before her trip. I said it was too much of a coincidence. She said, Methods fail. I said, Then let's do a paternity test. Her face changed. She accused me of disrespecting her. I said, If you want me to take responsibility, prove it. She said she wouldn't take a test. I told her then we had nothing to talk about. She called me a coward and stormed off. I went to see a lawyer, explained everything, and kept all the messages as proof. A year and a half later, I was summoned to court. She'd sued me for child support. I wasn't surprised. She showed up holding the baby, trying to act innocent. She told the judge I had abandoned her. I told the full story with dates, screenshots, everything. The judge ordered a DNA test. Her face fell instantly. When the results came back, the judge opened the envelope and said, "The result is negative. There is no biological link." Pamela froze silent. She lowered her head, hugged the baby, and stared at the floor. The case closed right there. My lawyer suggested we file a countersuit for defamation and legal costs. We did and won. She had to pay a small fine and cover part of my fees. It wasn't about money. It was about the truth being recorded officially. I feel sorry for the child. None of this is his fault. But I know who the real father is, Martine. Word is he left the country as soon as he heard about the pregnancy. Pamela's been chasing him since, but he's gone. The baby now lives with her parents. They've stayed silent, probably too ashamed. As for me, I sold the engagement ring. It helped pay my lawyer. I haven't heard from her since. Maybe she's still preaching about trust somewhere else. If your partner ever tells you they want to test your trust, don't listen. That's not love. That's a warning. And believe me, there's no worse feeling than realizing you were right from the start.